Hi friends, this is Dr. Manan from Globalize HR and you're welcome to Chat with the Leaders. Today we are going to discuss about a very important topic which is about leadership with the millennials and of the millennials. So to discuss on that particular topic, we have a very interesting personality with us who is dealing with a product, a company that is focused towards millennials. So today we have Mr. Pankaj Dubey with us, Managing Director of Polaris and Indian. So welcome Pankaj.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. And just so that our audience know, can you please tell us a little bit about you as an individual, as a leader?
I am basically born and brought up in Varanasi and Allahabad. Most of the time, I've been in that area. I did my graduation, post-graduation from University of Allahabad, and thereafter I jumped into the corporate world and have worked with various organizations, including Escorts, Hero, LML, Yamaha, and also forayed into an IT company called Intex and launched their mobile phones.
Oh, so you were the brain behind Intex.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
Intex, most of the branding that people know today has been worked by me, and also the mobile phone was my brainchild. It was exactly what I thought, and it became a great success. Thereafter, after Intex, I had joined Yamaha, and I launched all the very sought after models like R15, FZ16, Phaser, and all. These were all launched by me over there. And then I took in this assignment with Polaris Industries. As you know, Polaris Industries is the world leader in all-terrain vehicles. We are world's number one in this segment. Absolutely. And as you said, we own a very prestigious brand called Indian Motorcycle, the America's first motorcycle company. My journey has been very varied in terms of like I have mostly been automobile, but my foray into IT and the initial part, I was also into the chemical industry. You have to have a right mix of the products and the kind of excitement that can be brought to these people, and to extract the best out of them. How do you give conducive environment? How do you analyze individual's strength and weakness and get the best out of your team is a task that the leadership always have to look at.
That's great. So, as I have just observed that you have always worked with the companies which are targeting towards the youngsters, towards the millennials. So, what, as a leader, were the challenges that you have faced in dealing with these millennials? Because I am sure the employees who were also there that were working with you, the team that you have led, must be a mixture of millennials as well as Gen Y and the Gen Xs. So, how different do you feel it is to deal with millennials, whether it is from the leadership perspective or from the perspective of having a millennial as a leader himself?
And I've seen how things have changed over a period of time, and I've worked with Generation X, Generation Y, and now millennials. These are all youngsters who are very open. So you have a challenge of working with these youth who have been born and brought up with technologies that I have seen when I have grown up. And therefore, these guys are expert to deal with, something which we have to learn, or Generation X and Y have to really think whether I should go for it or whether I have to just give it up and let the youngsters, the millennials do it. The, uh, the task that we have, the products that we have, has always been towards the next generation and towards what the youngsters expect today. So what we do is that we do keep a mix of the people. The experience is also required, and the moment you deal with these youngsters, the kind of the innovativeness, the kind of fresh ideas that they bring in, those are things that are extremely required for any company to progress. So today is a world where you have to be a winner, you have to have something extra.
True.
Every like the telecom companies or automobile company, every company are making products which are almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
What is that single thing or two things extra that you bring in that adds excitement to your target customers? And that can only, not just by a few experienced people, but the fresh ideas that come from these millennials are much higher. And therefore, you have to have a right mix of team. So my working with these millennials have been that they are. I mean, you have to control them for
Absolutely.
sure,
Right.
because they have less of experience, but then the kind of crazy ideas which are required for any company to progress in the future, and you can't get it from anywhere else but them. So if you see, my team always has a mix, the right mix. I call it right, but I always keep youngsters with them.
Subjective. It is very subjective.
Yeah, it is very subjective, and that's the reason where I keep on interacting with these youngsters all the time, whether it is in terms of visiting IIMs and IITs and other management colleges, where I go and throw my ideas, and then they ask questions, and then I make my plans more robust through that.
Right. So I've actually also observed that one of your LinkedIn posts some time back, you have mentioned that at some of the, I think it was in IMT, wherein some compilation of your thoughts was published, like it was like a journey towards CEO. So what was that about?
So, like I said, I was born and brought up in Varanasi. The environment over there was not. There are a lot of successful people over there for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but then from the background that I came in to go into the corporate world and be successful, the probability, the odds were against, because most of the people you feel that would be doing very well in the corporate sector would be the people who are from A-class cities and not from a C and B towns.
True.
And therefore, the perception about from where I came in and what I did was, and what led this, why I could break through these important assignments, and what made me tick at the place where people were saying it's not possible, it's not going to happen. For example, when I joined Yamaha, there was an Economic Times article saying that Yamaha is going to shut shop in India.
Mm-hmm.
And Yamaha was a leader in India, and they had come down to a very, very small market share.
Right.
About anywhere between, I think, 1.2 or 1.5% market share from a market share of 42%. And that is when they called me, and I went there and I took the assignment, and everybody said, "You are doing the biggest mistake of your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't succeed here, your career is finished." And I said, "Why will it finish? I mean, I will make the change." So that drive that comes from within was always to say that I will do something which others say I won't be able to do.
So as you were saying in the beginning, no is not the end.
Yeah. So my journey of CEO and what I did, how I did, I'm trying to capture through a book.
Mm-hmm.
Except for that, are already out in number of
Yeah.
some of my lectures and also in some of the publications. But the point that you mentioned is that, to me, one of the very important and key point to success is that no is never final. So the moment you make a good plan, you feel very excited about it, and you share with somebody, and they say, "Oh no, you can't do it. It's not possible." Like, you get it from all across. Your immediate family members say, "How will we survive if we do something like this?
True.
Where will you get every month the
Salary
income?
and
Salary.
income, right.
If you're like you started your own firm, and so the kind of no that you get
Absolutely.
is like universal. You get 90% of the people saying, "Don't do it, don't do it, do this," and which is like more commonly tread path. And the leaders don't do that. Leaders are the people who convert that no into a yes by knowing the reason why. Why no?
Right.
Why you are saying no? And they say, "Okay, I'm saying no because you don't have this quality, you don't have this." "Oh, so I don't have this quality, I accept it, fine. But can I not acquire it?"
Absolutely, that's great.
Yeah. So that's the way that people start. The leaders look at very, very different way. And therefore, and this is not, it's not something very uncommon. And I feel that every human being who is born is hugely talented. It's just that how do they feel about themselves?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel good about yourself, then probably you will have a problem. No one can do it.
Yes.
But if you start feeling good about yourself, even in your failure, instead of blaming yourself, you start thinking, "I failed, but I didn't fail. Maybe my plan was not perfect.
I didn't fail.
Yeah, I didn't fail. I did not meet that target that I made, but it's not because that I don't have the capability. You know, I failed because the plan that I made, the action that I was supposed to do based on that plan, is something missing there. Either the plan itself is not strong enough, or if the plan that I made, actually what I did was not matching to the plan.
Sure.
And so you just drill into that detail and you'll come to know the reasons of failure. And the moment you come to know reasons of the failure, you should plug them. It's as simple as that.
That's great. So, Pankaj, there are a lot of youngsters, right, and there are a lot of fresh pass outs. They are eyeing towards starting something of their own, right? They want to be an entrepreneur. They want to be a leader in their own domains. So, since you've been into leadership roles for many years now, what would be your some wisdom tips for them to keep in mind that, okay, while you are going for this, you should keep this in mind?
Yeah, fantastic. So, brilliant question, I'll say. You know, Dr. Manan, this is something which made India proud in the past. If you know, India was called Sone Pichoria.
Absolutely.
And why it was called? It was not because of the big business houses. It was because of these small entrepreneurs who were like all over the country and they were exporting all over the world.
Sure.
And this 2/3 of the world economy was from India. 2/3 of the export was happening from India all across the places you go and you see Indian goods lying. And that was because of this model. So I would say that it's brilliant that the youngsters are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs. They should think more big, they should think more global. Instead of thinking that I'm in this city, then I supply goods to my city, start thinking of the state, country, or global. Because if India would become great only because of these youngsters who are planning to become entrepreneurs. So my tips to all of them is very, very simple. Don't think small, think big. To me, you know, thought conversion to word and the amount of passion that you have to convert that word into a reality is through your actions.
Right.
So therefore, your thought, your word, and your action should match. So if you have a thought, first of all, enlarge that, make it bigger.
True.
Don't think small. Once you make that bigger thought, then start putting your words, which is like, I will do it, let me take the help from people around, make a strong plan. We have all learned this jargon, PDCA, plan, do, check, action. Implement that. Because that is where, you know, the key is to success. So the moment you have this plan, do, check, action, make a very robust plan of how big you can be. And then start taking tips, help from people, friends, whatever resources that are available with you, and then back it up with action. You know, some of the ingredients for success is that you should be passionate. And unfortunately, nobody tells us how to manufacture passion inside you. But the fact is, the passion will come the moment you have big dreams.
Great.
If you have a small dream, you will not be passionate. Because you know everybody that you will also achieve. But if you have a bigger passion, your dream is bigger than the ordinary, and that's what brings the passion in you. So therefore, you have your thoughts, words, and actions matching. You have the passion inside it, that no matter what the word says, I will do it. Now I have a very famous saying, which is like, kuch to log kahenge. So the moment you do something, people will criticize you, and it is
They will
good
say something.
something.
Bad, good.
And to this, I really love that song of Kishore Kumar, which is this Kuch To Log Kahenge, in which the line is, Kuch Bhi Jagat Ki Aisi Hai Ki Sita Bhi Yahan Badnaam.
Right.
So people will criticize Sita ji and Ram ji. So if they criticize you and me, we should not get bothered. I take Kuch To Log Kahenge very positively that, okay, you criticize me, good. You will drill a hole in my plan, fine. I will use that to only plug why I will fail. And therefore, I will not be able to do this, I will not be able to complete this task, or this is impossible, why it is impossible, and then what I can do. If I cannot do, can I have the resources to do that? Is the thought process that the entrepreneur should think at. And you should make your own niche. You know, everybody is working hard. Everybody is starting something new. But the people who become successful are the people who have that extra.
Absolutely
You
right.
know, the person, everybody runs 100-meter race, but there are winners 1, 2, 3.
Usain Bolt wins by only some milliseconds.
Fraction of seconds.
Right.
And what is the difference? That little extra.
Little extra.
Everybody is having. So what is that extra in the field that you're going to enter? Think about that, and then go big. And you would be a story by yourself. Each one of us in the country can bring back India to glory and get that Sony Kishuria status back.
That's great. That is so great. Thank you so much for your valuable inputs, and I'm sure our viewers who are watching this video must have got something valuable out of this discussion. And thank you so much, Pankaj, for giving us your time. And we wish that your organization grow day by day, and we get to see Indian on roads like Indian bike.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We're doing a lot of things around for India, and so some of the biggest satisfaction that I had after launching these products in India is that now our security forces, the army, police, paramilitary forces are using our Polaris products.
That's great.
Indian is already doing great in the country. It's all going all across. Some of the best of the bikers have bought our products.
Right.
And we have a long way ahead. So keep in touch.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dr.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
Yeah.